Well, welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. We're going to spend the next few minutes going over something that someone sat me down 4.5 years ago and walked me through this eXp platform. And what I saw, my mind was literally blown. Everything that had ever been really broken in our industry, broken from a brokerage side, eXp went down the list and fixed it. Just that's what I kept seeing. And so I'll tell you more of my background in a minute. I've been in real estate for 20 years. My name is Jessee Zagorsky. And I used to run a brokerage in San Diego with my business partner, who is my mother. My business mom is still my business partner, so I'm a certified mama's boy. And we ran our brokerage in San Diego for about 14 years. And like I said, when someone sat me down 4.5 years ago and walked me through what I'm about to show you, my mind was literally blown. So I appreciate you spending some time with us this morning. I'm going to walk you through some really high level things and get into also some of the strategic differences that make eXp very different. It incentivizes collaboration that will help you grow and scale your business. So this is the way I like to explain what we're going over this morning. Put this up on the screen. So I believe eXp as a platform is really a way for you to grow your real estate business without paying for mentorship, without paying for technology, and without paying for training truly ever again, because it's all built into the fabric of what is this eXp platform, right? So I'm going to go over the resources at the level of eXp, but also within our specific group here at eXp that can help you grow your business. So to start off, I'm just going to have you do this in your mind. You don't have to say it out loud, but think in your mind. What I want you to do is 2 different things during the next few minutes. I want you to take notes, unless you're driving. I want you to write down anything you like, and write down any questions you have. And at the end, we'll open up, we'll answer some questions. But the way to figure out, what you like, I want you to think about your business. I want you to give your business a score on a scale of 1 to 10. So 1 being, awful, and 10 being absolutely amazing. Give your business, just in your mind, pick a score for what your business is like right now. Okay, once you've got that, right, I want you to think about what would make your score 1 to 2 points higher. Whatever score you gave it, was it a 5, a 6, an 8, a 10, right? What would make your score 1 point or 2 points higher? Is it more leads, more closings, right? More education, more support? Is it more consistency, more time, more freedom? Whatever it is for you, I want you to think about that. And that's what I want you to look for and listen for over the next few minutes. So at a really high level, I got 2 ideas that I want to share with you that they have nothing to do specifically with eXp. They're just general concepts, and I'm going to apply them to eXp because I think they really help illustrate what makes this company so different. And the first one's from a guy named Robert Kiyosaki. Right? If anyone's ever read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, I know it's Rich Dad Poor Dad. Right? This is his second book. His book is called Cash Flow Quadrant. So Cash Flow Quadrant, I'll show you what it looks like. This is the whole book summed up in about a couple minutes of the Cliff Notes version. Right? In Cash Flow Quadrant, right, you've got a few ways to make money. There's 4 different ways to make money. That's what Robert Kiyosaki says. There's only 4 ways. You could literally be an employee, where you're trading your time for money, or you could be self-employed, where you're still trading your time for money, right? On the left-hand side here, there's not much leverage. Not much leverage. You're always trading that time for money. And as real estate agents, where do you think most of us are? We're right down here in the self-employed category, right? 95% of us. If you went on vacation for 6 weeks, maybe you'd come back and still have a commission check. And maybe you got some listings sitting out there, who knows, right? But you'd have to have some help to even have listings closed without you being there. I'm talking like really on vacation. And if you walked away from your business for 6 months, did not talk to a client, didn't touch a thing, it's very unlikely you would come back and have commission checks 6 months later. Does that make sense, guys? Because you're self-employed. You are trading your time for money. What Robert Kiyosaki says is, if you want to be able to live the life that you want, right, doing the things you want to do with the people you want to do them with, whenever you want to do them, you have to figure out a way to generate income in a leveraged way. And there's only 2 ways to do that. You could be a business owner. That's where people are your leverage to create money. Or you could be an investor. That's where money is your leverage to create more money, right? And so the cool thing about eXp is we have some amazing tools. We have some amazing technology to help you sell more homes in less time. That's the self-employed category here. But then we also have this additional income stream to make money like a business owner, right? The same way a broker would make money, but without all the expenses and liability of running your own brokerage. We call it revenue share. And in a few minutes, I'm going to break down exactly how revenue share works. And the other category is as an investor, eXp does this through stock. As you sell houses, as you work with buyers, you work with sellers, as you attract agents, doing the things that you would do as a normal real estate agent, there's 5 different ways to acquire stock in our company. I'm going to break down all 5 ways, but that's the way that you make money in the investor category. So what eXp has done at a really high level, you still have tools just like any other brokerage, and we have incredible tools, and we have support to sell houses. They've just given you 2 additional income streams. Hopefully it's starting to make sense at a high level, but I want to show you one more high level thing here. I want to give you the history of really all real estate companies for the last 100 years. History of all real estate companies for the last 100 years. This is going to start to put this in some context. And I want you to consider the brokerage you're with now, or the brokerage you've been with for any part in time of your career. Okay, this is what they all look like. In the franchise world, you get the international company at the top. They break down our country into regions. Those regions sell to the local franchise owner. That franchise owner goes out and they get a brick and mortar office. They get a front desk person. They get some staff. They get a broker of record, right? Marketing, accounting, all the normal people in a brokerage. And they go out and they find us, the agents. Now, the reason I say this is for the last 100 years is this model you're looking at was created by Mr. Coldwell and Mr. Banker in 1906. Literally nothing has changed in over 100 years, right? Keller Williams was started in the 80s. Century 21 and Remax in the 70s. They all have the same structure. They're literally all the same. In this model, who makes all the money? Like who generates the income for the brokerage? The agents do, right? Right down here. You do, we do. As you sell houses, you're generating commission dollars, which is the money the brokerage makes. And some of your commission dollars that you earn, right? Some of your commission goes to pay for that local level staff. Some of your commission goes to the franchise owner so they can make a profit. There's nothing wrong with that, right? They're taking on a lot of liability. And some of your commission goes to the region. And some comes right off the top to the international organization. They may call it a franchise fee, 5%, 6%, maybe it's a 7% franchise fee, or some of them call it like the KW international fee, the Remax international fee. It's like a flat fee that's right on your closing statement. This has been the model for over 100 years. eXp came in, our founder, Glenn, his name is Glenn Sanford. He came in and he said, let's create a whole new platform, right? What if we made the agents the owner of this new brokerage? Truly, what if we had the agents as the owner of this new brokerage? And we got rid of the local level staff. We got rid of all the brick and mortar offices, right? Because some agents aren't even going into those since COVID. A lot of agents aren't going into them anymore. We got rid of the franchises. You can't buy an eXp franchise, and you get rid of the regions. So what you're left with now is the international company that's directly supporting the agents. And we have over 2,000 international employees that directly support the agents. So we still have local brokers of record in every area that you're in. They just work at the level of international right here. And the way this is all possible, the reason we're able, because when you cut out all these levels, it makes us highly more efficient, right? The reason it's possible is with our cloud-based office. If you want to change an industry like real estate, which has been unchanged for over 100 years, if you want to change the brokerage industry, you got to have a disruptive technology, right? You got to have something that's going to change. So think about Netflix and Blockbuster. How did Netflix change the way that all of us consume entertainment, the way we get our videos? Almost overnight, they put Blockbuster out of business using a cloud-based technology, streaming video. It's the same thing you see in retail with Amazon. Every other industry has had this. eXp is just doing it for real estate. And it's this disruptive technology, this cloud-based office that allows us to give incredible support to agents in real time at a fraction of the cost of a traditional company. So if you look at all these yellow X's here, all of this money that eXp is saving, they're reinvesting it back into the agents in the form of stock. That's where the money comes from for the stock, and in the form of revenue share. If you add these two up between revenue share and stock, last year, 2022, eXp paid out $240 million to its agents. Isn't that cool? Every time I say that, it makes me smile, right? So those of you that are here that are already part of our eXp family, like you get it. If you're going to do the same thing in any brokerage you're at, sell houses, use the tools to grow your business, you might as well consider being with a company that gives you a significant portion back. right? They're sharing back the money they earn. It's why we say eXp, we're all truly owners of this company. The last way that eXp invests this money they're saving back into the agents is in the form of training and technology to generate leads. As this market has shifted in the last year, I mean, a steady stream of business having leads coming in is really, it's the lifeblood of any agent's business. So I'm going to break down the ways that eXp helps you do that. All right. If you got questions, guys, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to keep rolling. I want to show you the 5 pillars of eXp. If someone were to ask me, what makes eXp different, right? In a minute or less, here's what I'd break down. There's really 5 things that make us very different and very disruptive compared to an old school brokerage. Number 1 is that technology and training to generate leads. I'm going to break down exactly how we do that. We've got this stock component. That's the ownership piece. If you're with a brokerage right now and you don't own the brokerage, it's not your brokerage, and you don't have any stock, you don't have a piece of the brokerage, I hate to say it, but you are renting your brokerage, right? You're renting your brokerage. Why would you rent your brokerage when you could be at a company and actually own a piece of your brokerage? We help people every day buying and selling houses. That's the American dream. Why wouldn't you be with a company that could help you own a piece of your brokerage for doing the things you do anyway? The next one is support. Support, agent support. You don't need a broker all the time, but when you need them, you want them there, and you want them there quickly. I will show you how eXp with our cloud-based office has better support, better training, better services than almost any brokerage I've ever seen. The next piece here, we have agent compensation. That's the splits. For most of you watching this, eXp is going to save you thousands and thousands of dollars compared to your current brokerage. Okay, I'm going to walk you through exactly how the splits work. And the last piece here, revenue share. Revenue share is truly the glue that holds our company together. For some of you guys, it's going to be an income stream. You're going to see it and be like, okay, this is amazing. I'm definitely going to spend some energy because I like this idea of generating really referral-based income. If you want to shift some of your transaction-based income for referral-based income, pay attention when we cover revenue share. But even if you don't, if you're like, I'm never going to refer people to eXp, I just want to sell houses. I still want you to pay attention because it's going to explain why top performing agents are literally pouring into each other and helping each other in a way that's never truly happened before in our industry, helping each other grow their businesses. That collaboration is part of the fabric of what makes eXp special. So if you have any specific questions, let me know. I'm going to cover a little bit on each of these 5 pillars here. This is a gentleman who started eXp. Told you his name was Glenn Sanford. All you really need to know about Glenn, besides the fact that he truly is like genius level IQ, he was running a very successful real estate team up in the Pacific Northwest before he founded eXp. And he's one of the only founders of a major real estate company that has sold real estate himself at a very high level. And he's infused this idea of being very agent-centric. You'll hear that word a lot, agent-centric, developing our company from an agent standpoint. Every year we've been in existence, right? We've been growing and evolving to support agents and come up with cool ways to do things other brokerages have never done, to create resources for agents. We're not a new company. We've been around since 2009. The reason you've heard about us lately is because our exponential growth, we're adding right now 1,000 agents a week. We'll add more agents to eXp this year than we added in the first 10 years of the company combined. So you're not too late. There's an incredible momentum. There's an incredible momentum to where eXp is in terms of its growth. It's now relevant where people are talking about it, right? But we're nowhere near saturated. We have 88,000 agents right now, and there's 2 million agents in the US, 1.2 million realtors roughly. But pretty staggering figures. All right. I showed you a little bit on our business model, but let me show you how we handle office space, right? This is not, my background's blurry today, but this is not a virtual background. That's a real room. I'm sitting in a physical room, right? I work in the real world, but our staff, eXp corporate staff, they work in the cloud. And because eXp is not on the hook for any expensive leases, right? We get to reinvest that money back into the agents. So how does eXp handle office space? We have a partnership with a company called Regus, R-E-G-U-S, if you want to look them up and see where their offices are. There's over 3,000 of these Regus offices all over the world, 3,000. And as an eXp agent, you can drop into any one of these offices anytime during normal office hours, meet clients, check your email, do whatever you need to do, right? It's free. It's included as part of being an eXp agent. If you want like a private conference room or a lockout office, you can pay for it by the hour to rent something like that. This is really though, an incredible solution to agents who just need office space from time to time. This is a picture of a real office. They're modern, they're professional, they have front desk people. They're really nice offices. From a training standpoint, eXp has over 80 hours a week of live training. This is taught by some of the top, really the best agents in the country. And the reason is because those agents get additional stock ownership in the company for teaching classes. So if you can't make it live, we have a recorded archive. And this is different than a lot of companies' trainings where they'll kind of give you some ideas as to what's happening versus truly opening their playbook and agents going step by step. This is what I do. This is how I've created success. This is how I sell 20, 30, 40, 100, 200 houses a year. And they're breaking down how that works. Inside our group here at eXp, because whoever invited you here, right, they're connected to all of our resources. Our group is called the Agent Collective. If you go to the website, theagentcollective.com, you can see our website. This is a lot of this training is just open to any agent, any company, so you can browse through it and see. Plus, we also have hundreds and hundreds of trainings behind our members only section. But you can see some of the trainings that we do every day at 8 a.m. Pacific. We do this thing called Agent Power Huddle, right? We had on Tuesday, we had Inside Sales Associates and Processes. Yesterday, we had Living Your Full Potential. This morning, we were going over more tech tips for agents. So tomorrow's going to be storytelling, right? How that ties into the real estate marketing process. This is something where every Monday we have a live mastermind. We're getting together about 40 or 50 of us that talk about what's working or what's not in our business. Once a month, we have a really high level mastermind for our top producers. These are the types of structure that's very hard to get consistently in any other local brokerage. Because we have a national platform and you're connected to agents all over the country, you get to connect and collaborate and really find out what's working at a level that I've never seen in another brokerage. Hopefully this is starting to make sense, because if your goal is to grow and scale your business, you're going to want to continue to understand what's working strategically in today's market. From a support standpoint, okay, first let's talk tech support, then we'll talk agent, broker, right, contract support. From a tech support standpoint, eXp is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. They are open on the weekends too. There's over, again, 2,000 eXp employees. If you have any questions on the tech side, it's incredible hours. From an agent care standpoint, we have the expert care hotline. If you don't know where to go, accounting, transaction support, broker, who knows, they have an 800 number now. And some of you guys who are with us may not even know this exists. So make sure you ask me if you don't have this phone number. They are open from West Coast time, 5 a.m. in the morning till 8 p.m. at night. They're open on the East Coast, right? From 8 a.m. in the morning till 11 p.m. at night. It's incredibly long hours for this expert care. And the reason is, and they can answer most questions literally within minutes. You call the number, you could still go into our cloud-based office. I'll show you that in a minute. You can still email them, you can text message them, but I like using this new 800 number. Literally within a minute or two, I'm talking to a live human being and they can tell me where to go or answer my question. The reason why we're open such long hours is eXp is in 24 different countries. We are one platform for the entire globe, not a bunch of little individual franchises. This is a game changer, not only when it comes to support, but also when it comes to the opportunity to grow your business. If you like the idea of referring people to the company and being able to generate income based on their sales, right? That money, by the way, doesn't come out of those agents' pockets. You're not taking money away from your friends. They get their full split. The money eXp collects, they share that back with the people who help grow the company. If you like this idea, there's a tremendous opportunity for growth internationally, where as you refer people who refer other people, you're going to end up with people in your group. Like I have now people in Colombia, in Portugal, in India, places I've never been to. I have agents in my organization that as they sell houses, I'm still getting compensated by eXp. It's truly mind-blowing. Okay. We're going to spend the next few minutes. I'll show you where we're going. Next few minutes breaking down a little bit on the stock ownership piece, how the stock, the 5 ways you're in stock. We're going to spend a few minutes on revenue share. I also want to cover though the support, how eXp supports agents, the broker support. I want to show you some of the tools we have, the technology to generate more leads and sell more houses. We'll cover the splits, and that's our end of the webinar for the next few minutes. So from a stock standpoint, I got a short story that I'm going to tell you first, because I didn't join eXp for the stock, right? No one told me the story. I never thought about it. I just was like, oh, cool, you get stock, great. If it's worth money someday, fine. Which I kind of giggle now because I've been at eXp 4.5 years. I have deep 6 figures worth of stock. I mean, I have 2 little kids. I got a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old. And I don't need that money in the stock today. In my mind, that money is just for my kids. That's going to be a game changer for my family for doing things I would have done anyway, right? Just working with buyers, working with sellers. But this cool story I want to tell you. I have a friend, his name is Rick. He's up in Northern California, and he's running a team at eXp. He's a team leader. And he'd been with eXp for a couple of years. This agent on his team came to him and she said, "Hey, Rick, I just want to give you a heads up. My husband's sick, right? He's going through some extra medical treatments, and I need to get a second job to make a little extra money while we're going through this. Just want to give you a heads up." And Rick said, "No problem. I support you, whatever you need to do. But have you considered just taking some money out of the stock account, right? Would that help?" And she's like, I don't even know I have money in this account. What are you talking about?" He's like, "Well, as you've been here the last 2 years, you've been acquiring money in stock. Let's go check and see what you have in your account." So she went in and she looked. She literally had $94,000 in stock that she had no idea she had. Isn't that cool? Like, this woman broke into tears in Rick's office. This story is not unique. Like, I could tell you story after story, but when I think about it, the fact that you're doing things you'd be doing anyway, and you get compensated in these additional ways, it's just another reason that makes me love this eXp platform. So here's the way that the stock works, the 5 ways to earn stock. eXp is it's a publicly traded company, traded on the NASDAQ. So if you want to do your own research, the ticker symbol is ticker symbol is EXPI. EXPI. Do your research. I believe in this company, right? I have a lot of stock. I'm hanging on to it, but stock price goes up, stock price goes down, right? There's no guarantees of what's happening in the future. Do your research so you understand. But I think it's pretty amazing that this company is one of the only major real estate companies that is currently profitable, even though our industry has taken a huge downturn, right? Interest rates are up in the sevens now, and eXp is still profitable. So here's the 5 ways you earn stock. When you sell your first house every year, you get $200 in stock. When you hit your cap, you get $400 in stock. If you don't know what a cap is, a cap means once you pay eXp a certain amount of money, you then go to 100% split for the rest of that 12-month period. The cap with eXp is $16,000. That's all you're going to pay them, right? $16,000 is the cap. And when you cap, you get $400 in stock. And anytime you refer an agent to eXp, we call that sponsoring them. But when you refer an agent to eXp and that agent sells their first house, they get their stock, and you also get $400 in stock. So this adds up as you continue to attract agents. One of the largest stock awards, this is the Icon Award. This is a reward for our top producers. If you're selling between 25 and 35 houses a year, right, you can get up to your entire cap back, $16,000 back in the form of stock. And you get this every year you're with the company selling houses at a high level. So 16,000 your first year, 30,000 next year. It just keeps adding up and adding up. These 4 ways are stock awards, meaning eXp is gifting you this stock. There's a vesting period, meaning you own the stock, not an option. Like, you actually own the stock. It's in your account. You just can't sell it until it is vested, which happens 3 years from when you earn the stock. I'm okay with that. To me, it's a retention tool to keep our top producers, but it's also, I don't need that money today. I'm okay with it, right? It's going to stop me from selling it and doing something with it, right? The last way to earn stock, though, there's no vesting period on this. This is like a 401k plan for realtors. If anyone's got a corporate background, you can take 5% of your commission and purchase the stock at a 10% discount. There's no vesting period, which means you can sell that stock the day it closes and make 10% on your money. I highly recommend you check the box, because this is optional. You do not have to do it. You could check the box and say, I'd love to be part of the agent equity program, right? Make 10% on your money. Don't even think about it. You're never going to miss 5% of your commission. And this has turned out to be a very big asset for me after the last 4 years. Okay. If my mother, who is 70, I won't tell you how old she is, she's mid-70s. My mother's mid-70s, been doing real estate for 25 years. If she would have had something like this 25 years ago, she probably still wouldn't be working today. Think about it. It's really is mind-blowing. There's so many pieces that, if you can tell, I love this company. Like, I love what it does for agents. All right, the next few minutes, I want to show you revenue share. And this is something that I love more than almost anything in our company, but I've got it down to literally 3 minutes. Because like I said, there's 2 reasons to pay attention here. Number one, some of you are going to say, this is the coolest opportunity I've had to earn income I've ever seen, right? No expenses, no liability, and just It's mind-blowing how fast it can add up. But for some of you, you're going to say, I don't really want to refer agents to eXp. I don't want to attract them. That's okay too. Pay attention, because this is the incentive for other top producing agents to pour into you. If you think you could learn something from agents who are selling more houses than you, right? Pay attention. This is why they're incentivized to help you kick butt. So let's break it down this way and throw some numbers up on the screen. I want you to try to guess in your head, what do these numbers mean? 900,000, 4%, 36,000, and 3,000. Can you guess? I'm going to tell you, don't worry. Here's what they are, right? Okay. If you were to start saving money today, and after taxes, you save, let's call it $50,000 a year for the next almost 20 years. Right? I don't know if you're on pace to save $50,000 a year, but that's a lot of money to save, right? If you did, you'd have 900,000 bucks in the bank after taxes. They asked financial advisors, they did this study called the Trinity study. They said, how much interest could someone withdraw conservatively so that they never run out of money, right? They never run out of money. They just withdraw let's say conservatively 4% interest. That's going to be $36,000 a year or $3,000 a month. $36,000 a year or $3,000 a month. Now, that's a mortgage payment. That's a car payment, right? Depending on where you live. It's a pretty darn good start, but I'm going to show you why we picked those numbers. Instead of saving 900,000 bucks in the bank, what if you went out and you attracted 6 agents? Some of you who are on this call right now, you're already with eXp, right? You like this idea. You're like the idea of referring people. What if it took you 2 years to do this? It's fine. 3 the first year, 3 the second year. Doesn't qualify you as the world's greatest recruiter. You can do it in a few hours here and there, part-time. Okay. You can do it in 6 weeks if you want to spend a little more effort onto it. But if you attracted 6 agents, each of the agents is worth to you $2,800 per agent per year. That's the maximum per agent you're going to earn, up to $2,800 per agent per year. Because as the agents you refer sell houses, you're getting paid a referral fee based on what they sell. It's 3.5% of the total commission. If it's a $10,000 commission, you get 350 bucks. Make sense? And you keep getting that money every time they sell a house until they hit their cap, which case you will have earned that 2,800. And then the following year, when their cap resets, you start getting paid again. So 6 times 2,800, that's 16,800, right? By the end of year 2, you'd be 32,000, right? By the end of year 3, like you see how it keeps adding up, 48,000. This is pretty mind blowing. But even by attracting 6 agents who all cap, that's enough to cover your cap of $16,000. So if you want to be at 100% split with eXp, just go out and attract 6 capping agents. Now, this is the part that I think it's even cooler. Let's say these 6 people go out and each bring 1 friend. And I didn't get this the first time I saw it. So if you're watching this recording, go back and rewatch this a second time. Because the first time I get it, I was like, I don't, big deal, whatever. You make 2,800, I make a lot more than that selling houses. But this is where in real life, we're being conservative by saying each person brings 1 friend. I'm seeing people in my organization bringing between 1.5 to 2 people, right? On average, it just depends on who you bring in, right? How motivated they are. Are they selling houses? Who it is? It's totally dependent on the human beings. But let's say you brought 6 and they each brought in 1 person. On the second tier, it actually pays 4% of the total commission. It actually pays higher. So that's up to $3,200 per agent. So you now have 6 on the first tier, 6 on the second tier. That's 6 times 3,200. That's another 19 grand. You add them together, that's $36,000 a year. In order to equal that, right, in a leveraged way, you would have had to save $900,000 in the bank over, right? Or you go attract 6 agents. Isn't that cool? Right? First time I saw this, I'm like, this is one of the coolest things I've seen. When we get to Q&A in a minute, if anyone wants me to go deeper, I can break down and show you how to make this. Right? You want to make this a real income stream? I'll show you how to make the plan to do $15,000 a month in residual income, right? A highly leveraged income. There's a lot of ways to break this down. This is just an example, guys. But truly, even if you say, I don't care about the income stream, the reason why I wanted you to pay attention is I'm going to put this up on the screen. That was just the first 2 tiers. eXp's revenue share pays you 7 tiers down, where you have agents who invite agents, 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 who invite agents. So when you join eXp, you're going to have a sponsor, right? Whoever invited you to watch this recording or to jump on this webinar, that's who you would name as your sponsor. right? And that person has a sponsor, and that person has a sponsor, and that person has a sponsor, right? You have 7 human beings that have joined eXp before you, but are now all aligned with you and incentivized to help you sell houses. Because as you sell houses, eXp is going to give them some money and say thank you to them. So I'm not saying all 7 of these human beings have to be, better agents than you, sell more houses than you. Heck, the person who invited you here, maybe you sell more houses than them. It doesn't matter because they have a sponsor and that person has a sponsor. And someone in this group, I guarantee, has something that can help you and grow your business, has some resources, has some trainings. Our group is the Agent Collective. We have tons of resources that you can plug into. I invite you to get on calls with as many of the people, we call it your sponsor squad. Get on calls with as many of them as possible before you join and learn what their superpowers are, how they can help you. This is what I think in terms of collaboration makes eXp truly different, guys, and truly disruptive. All right, last few minutes here. I want to show you how our cloud-based office works. Because from time to time, you are going to want to talk to a broker, right? It's the point of a brokerage, answer questions on contracts, keep you legally liable and safe. This is our cloud office. These are real human beings. I will say this now. If you hate this and you never want to go into the cloud office, don't go in there. It's fine. You can call your broker just like any other company. You can text your broker just like any other company. You can email them. I just believe that if you embrace this cloud office, within minutes, you go into your broker room, you pull the ticket like you're at the deli counter. Within minutes, you're talking to a real life human being. You can upload contracts into the chat box. They can look at them. They can go back and forth with you. In real time, you're having a face-to-face conversation with a broker and you're in and out, you're done. These are incredibly knowledgeable, helpful people. I told you earlier, the accounting department's open, 5 a.m. in the morning on the West Coast. The first time I really embraced this, it blew my mind. So highly recommend, if you want a tour of this, ask whoever invited you here to jump on Zoom and give you a tour. One of the other pieces I won't have time to go too deep today on, but just want to mention it. This is a really scary fact. Over a quarter of agents out there have no health insurance. So eXp decided to take on this challenge to solve it. I've been with eXp Agent Healthcare for 2 years now. Most agents save a couple $100s a month. I personally, for my family of 4, I save $1,000 a month on my health insurance. I mean, we have lower deductible, better care. All of my kids kept the same doctors. It's been really, really great insurance and saves us a ton of money. That alone would have been worth it to switch to eXp. But you can get more info at expagenthealthcare.com. You can get a quote. You can check that out if that's an important part of this decision for you. Some of the other tools we have a back office system called eXp Enterprise for tracking all of our closings. We have SkySlope for paperless transaction management. We have Workplace, which is another platform for collaboration. If you can use Facebook, you can use Workplace. It's right. Workplace is owned by Facebook. And we have groups for almost anything you want to learn. You want to upgrade your listing presentation, go check out the listing presentation group on Workplace. There are so many things you can get on Workplace to learn and grow your business. This last piece here, and then I'm going to cover this and want to cover the splits, and then we'll open up for questions. This one here is really important. If you don't have a good CRM or lead capture pages or funnels to generate leads, you're really missing an important part of your business. eXp went out and negotiated a smoke and deal with a platform called KV Core. And so they basically bought it for all of the agents there. This is a platform, if you were to pay out of pocket, costs about $500 a month. We get it for free just being part of eXp. Okay. So this platform, it's got a beautifully blended website. It's got IDX lead capture, meaning you take listings from the MLS, you put them onto your website. When someone clicks on them to request info, you capture that lead. It's got all sorts of drip campaigns and artificial intelligence for like behavioral triggers, depending on what the prospect does. It's a really, really great platform. Again, whoever invited you here, ask them to show you more info about KV Core. And this is free. It's just part of being an eXp agent. We've got templates for marketing and branding, anything you need for direct mail postcards, just listed, just sold, for online marketing, social media posts, right? Whatever you need, they've got it in the marketing and branding center. The last piece I'll show you, just in case we have any luxury agents watching this, there's an entire new platform for luxury marketing that eXp agents have access to, right? We have a luxury platform. We have referrals from an eXp in-house relocation department, an REO department. We have all sorts of leads that are being passed down, top down from eXp at this point. They're projected to give out about 10,000 leads this year alone to eXp agents. The last thing here I want to show you is the splits. After this, we're going to open up. We'll do some Q&A. All right. Let's see. Too late. Oh, Yeah, if you want to have someone jump on, I mean, you can have them jump on for the last few minutes here, but otherwise we'll send them a recording of this. All right. So the splits. This is what eXp splits are. It's an 80-20 split with a $16,000 cap, meaning once you pay eXp $16,000, you go to 100% for the rest of that year. And I believe this is one of the best values in all of real estate. You'll see why. After you go to 100% split, right, you then begin to pay a $250 transaction fee for the next 20 transactions. At that point, you will have paid eXp an additional $5,000, right? 20 times 250 is 5,000. But you also qualify as an icon agent, and you're going to get that entire cap back, that $16,000 back in the form of stock. And if we have any really high volume agents here, 50, 70, 100 homes a year, after that, it just drops down to $75 a transaction. It's $85 a month. That's our cloud brokerage fee. $85 a month. I believe, like I said, this is one of the best values in real estate because it covers everything we just went over for the last 30 minutes. It's got 80 hours a week of live training. You've got KV Core, the website, the CRM, you've got access to the agent healthcare. You've got SkySlope for paperless transaction management. We've got the on-demand broker services. We got broker support, tech support, marketing, compliance. We have the marketing and branding center, right? All of your marketing needs, access to over 3,000 Regis locations. And something we didn't cover before, but it's one cap for the entire country. So no matter, if you're licensed in more than one state, no matter how many states you sell in, they all count back towards that same cap, which is really, really, if you're licensed in more than one state, I can't imagine being with any other company. Only other fees with eXp, it's $25 per closing. That's the broker review fee. That's how we pay our brokers. And it's a $40 risk management. That's really E&O per closing, $40 per closing. That one caps at $500 for the year. It's $149 one time to join eXp. That covers your first month, gives you a discounted package, 25 business cards, 25 folders. And on month number 2, that's when you start paying the $85 a month. This is everything all on one screen if you want to take a screenshot of this. And when you do your application, no one gets notified. It does not move your license. It does not tell your current broker, right? It just starts the process. And that gives you 30 days to actually move your license. If you want to talk through, hey, I've got deals under contract, I've got listings coming up, what's the timing, how do I make this work? Whoever invited you here, they can probably walk you through that. But if not, get on a call with me. They know how to get my info. Those of you who are, love this, you're ready to join, you go to join.exprealty.com, join.exprealty.com. And whoever invited you here, that's the person you would name on the second step. It asks you for a sponsor. Whoever invited you, that's who you're going to name, right? Otherwise, what I recommend is those of you who are like, I like a lot of it. I like this, and that, but I still have a few questions. Cycle back with whoever sent you this recording, or whoever invited you on this webinar, and tell them what you like and tell them what questions you have, and have them answer those questions, or have them get you on a call with me or someone who can answer those. I just want to say thank you guys for watching. I believe time is probably the most valuable resource that we all have. So I just respect and appreciate spending some time with me today. I'm going to stop the recording now. We'll go ahead and we'll open up for some Q&A.